for the culture, culture.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tamel Cuts, proud owner of Uppercuts Barber Shop.
Hey, what up, y'all? This is Lonnie Horn, proud owner of World Class Faders and World Class Stylist Barbershop and Salon.
You're watching another episode of For the Culture Podcast, going down every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Like my guy, that guy Rick would say, the clubhouse is officially open, Jack.
Hey, happy Tuesday to everybody in the clubhouse. In the comments, if y'all knew, we call our comments the clubhouse, and it wouldn't be nothing if we didn't have nobody in there. So whether it's 2 people or 200, we are happy for having you, and we appreciate your time. Bopper Brand, welcome. Ramos Cuts,
I know, right?
welcome, man. That's one of our originals. I hope y'all hang because we got something that we're excited about tonight to open up this new year. Ray's Barbershop. What up, Vince, man? Love you, boy. Love you, mama. Happy
indeed,
Tuesday.
Mama.
All right,
Yes,
man.
yes.
T, how you feeling today, man?
Well, I'm feeling fantastic.
Yeah, man. I mean, we done had a blessed holiday season, man. So,
Yes.
I'm so excited to kick it off with everybody. We had our new intro. Somebody said something about it. Who was that in there?
Okay.
I think it was Bopper.
Said look so fire. Yeah. Okay.
Who was that? Was that Bopper? So, yeah. Ray said it too. Yeah, man, we had to switch it up for a lot of reasons. So y'all will catch little nuances, little small things that we done. It's like a car, man. We tune it up. We go into the studio, we add things, we take things away. So there's a lot of new stuff coming, man. So just really ride with us this year, man. We wanted to make sure we started the new year off with letting y'all know that we stand innovative, man.
Yes.
But yeah, we shouted out everybody in the clubhouse, man. You want to get straight into what you got? Something special on your head. It look like.
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Apparel of the week, y'all. We do this every week. We like to shout out people that's been giving us some of their merch, some of the merch that we even purchased, just to show some support. Actually, I want to hook this up
I
too.
got you. No, I got
now,
you.
You got that part. You do that part. Yeah, you got that part. I got this part.
Talk about what you got on your head, buddy.
Yeah, first off, I'm gonna start on my breast, on my chest. You know what I'm saying? On my breast. Hey, I got what is it? Pretty face barber right here, man. Jelly. She was out here in Cali. I forget where she moved to, but shout out to her. We still rock her stuff. And the Lady Barbers Club. This is our girl Colleen out here. And up in Sac, she has a clothing brand as well as a 360 booth. She's always showing up at the events all over the place and putting it down. So we want to give her a big shout out as well.
Always.
You,
man.
my guy.
I love, first, I want to say I love that you rock the lady stuff today, man. Because ladies show us a lot of love, and we got some creative ladies in this industry. This has been known as a male-dominated industry, but these ladies have made their way and kicked the door open, and we embrace them. So that's dope, man. I love that you went head to toe with it, man. Today, on the crown, I thought it was no other way to kick this year off than with some barber love, man. Right, and I went with the 10 selection. You know what I'm saying? I had to go earthy today. And since I was already earthy on the crown, I had to get earthy on the chest and the heart too. You know what I'm saying? I had to tap in with our guy from Las Vegas, the original barber school, the original
Let's go, Carl
Little.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know why we do this, we get blessed. People give us their apparel all the time, and this is our way of using our platform to highlight those people and say a thank you, man. So that is our apparel of the week, brother.
And if anybody have any apparel that they would like us to be showing off on our show, you can send it to 8011 White Avenue. It's down at the bottom of the screen. Antelope, California, 95843. Label it United Barbers Club. We both as about extra large. I'm trying to trim. My New Year's been working. I think
you
haven't gotten the scale off.
Stop using that
Uh,
word trying, man. You own it. You've been working and walking. I've been seeing you. You said 40 pounds down right before the new year, and you look like you already got point 0.4 gone already.
I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah.
celebrate the little things. Point four is
Come,
big. I'm telling
come
you.
on,
I'll
man.
take it.
Come
I'll
on. I've
take it.
seen it. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
man. I'm excited to get to our guests, but we got things to do. We got to tell them who we be rocking with, man. T, show them who we be rolling with in 2020.
All your favorite barbers love it.
I love it.
This is the Bopper Digital Business Card.
Barbers! It's 2025, bro. We got the digital business cards now. Not only do they work amazing, they also make you look cool. They help you stand out, bro. When you go up to somebody, you have them tap your card like this, and then all your contact information pops right up. Boom. Whatever you want them to see. Right? I have my websites and stuff all set up, but whatever you want them to see pops right up on their phone. How dope is that?
Do it proper. Get Bopper.
The Tano, vetted talent now. The first platform built to let barbers show their skills, personality, and presence through video. And for shop owners, it's a game changer for hiring. No guessing, no wasted interviews, just real barbers showing real work. Before they walk in your shop, every profile is ID verified. Barbers get discovered. Shops build better teams. Everybody wins. The Tano. Skills speak louder than words. Download now. Available on all platforms.
Barbers Illustrated Magazine, the #1 magazine built for the craft. Featuring the freshest cuts, top barbers, tool reviews, and real industry stories. Get the magazine your shop should have had yesterday. Print subscriptions just $9.99. Digital subscriptions only $3.99. Single print issues $12.99 and digital single issues $4.99. Tap in today and level up your barbershop game. Barbers Illustrated Magazine, join the movement. Welcome to the world of barbering.
Yeah, buddy. Yes,
Yeah, man.
indeedy, lemon squeezy.
Shout out to all our sponsors and partners, man. We're so grateful for them, man. And the relationship's just gonna grow even stronger this year, man. Before we start showing who we was rocking with, man, you had some people commenting on your journey, your health journey. Ramos said, Patron special, LOL. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna teach y'all something. Some people gotta learn something. I'm gonna learn y'all something, right? Learn y'all something. For all you out there trying to lose weight and drink alcohol, it's not gonna work because alcohol produces sugar. One alcohol that does not.
I knew this boy was gonna say. Y'all don't even
is
know who y'all talking
tequila.
to.
I not
Break
only
it down.
lived this and was talking to my wife about it. Like she's like, "You drinking all that?" I said, "Babe, this helps. I lose weight every time I drink it." Until a magazine came out and it had it in there. Tequila is one of the #1 drinks to drink if you're on a weight loss journey. If you want to drink,
That was a health public service announcement for any
Y'all
alcohol
welcome.
intakers.
You
All right.
learn.
So you had that, and then you had another one. I think Craig gave you a let's go. Shout out to Tennessee. Happy New Year. And then my mama said, T, you doing it.
Thank you. And you know what? Since we own me a little bit, I don't mind sharing. Sharing is caring, right? So my partner right here, my partner L Boog, got me on this walk and work thing that I started.
Work and walk.
Work and walk. I did it for the first time one day and I overdid it and I hurt my foot. I had the wrong shoes on for one. So now I'm healthy enough. January 1st come and I started getting on this thing. So I've been walking and walking, trying to get 10,000 steps. I've been overachieving some of the days, but it feels great to just get out there and do that. So that's my thing. I'm pushing myself for one to stop lying to myself. I lie to myself more than I lie to anybody. Boy, you're going to go to the gym. Boy, you're going to eat right. Boy, you're going to do this. I don't do none of it. So I'm starting to tell myself that I need to start holding myself accountable, not have somebody else hold me accountable. So I am being my trainer. I'm being my motivator. I'm being my inspiration. I'm trying to push myself to be a better me this year. So Thank you. Thank
You ain't trying, man.
Yeah, I know, right,
these
love?
words, man. I'm watching these words. You doing it,
You're
homie,
right.
and you got
Right.
our support. But you doing it. I
Right.
seen you walking. You out there, and you were right. It's walking work because we walk. You know, a lot of the times we work on our phones. We do Zoom meetings. We edit videos, content. So we literally start walking and working. We have a whole day full of meetings on Tuesdays. Morning to now, we are in meetings, and it's nonstop. So instead of just sitting in your chair, we get out and just do it. Walk through your neighborhood, walk around your shop. All right, man. What you do over this last weekend for the people, man? What was T Melly Mel over this last weekend? What was your life like?
Crazy. I have my son down here from Hawaii. I think I discussed that last week on the show. With his family, he's got 5 kids and his wife. They all stayed here, as well as my dad and his wife was here. And when any of them come to town, my other 3 grandbabies want to be in the building. So we was 14 deep in this house for a couple of weeks. My dad just left today. My son left New Year's Eve. And then me and my dad, besides coming to your comedy show, another great event that we went to is we went to a Bruno Mars tribute at the Hard Rock. And
Casino,
bro,
yeah.
it was fantastic. That dude looked like him, sounded like him. They put on a show for $35. I enjoyed every bit of it, bro. So we did that, and that's pretty much what it's been. Eating a lot, cooking a lot, just enjoying family.
That's interesting, man. I never knew they did tributes of people that's living. That was interesting to hear Bruno Mars tribute when Bruno's still doing shows. But that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, though. Man, this weekend I drove down to LA and I got to celebrate the best barber boot camp with D Best, aka Denitra Best, our little barber sister.
Yes.
It was one of the best drives to LA ever. I do not drive to LA no more. It's an hour flight for us, and I do 5.5, 6 hour drive when you could just get on the plane, and by the time you get comfortable, it's time to get off. Yeah. But I drove down there, and man, you talking about pride, man. I was so proud of her, and she had so many people around her loving on her. We got some innovative people in the barbering industry that's doing more than cutting hair now, and I just think it's dope because she providing opportunities for other barbers. And so it's about growing the community. So I met a 65, she's over that, a lady who's been cutting hair for over 65 years in LA. And she was there because she heard about Danny and she wants to be one of the instructors at the school. And and then Nesty was out there. Nesty flew out, came down. Nesty's going to be one of the teachers there. It's fire. And then Tiffany Hicks from the Barber Takeover flew out from Tennessee to see just that barber love and that support. It just make you feel proud to be in this industry, man. So I was really excited to do that. And I enjoyed it. That was a big part of my weekend. And that's it, man. That's it. All right, and then what's coming up? Anything coming up?
Nah, I know that we got to chit chat because there is a show that I really want to get to, and that's Anaheim premiere.
Okay.
Yes, down the street in LA.
It's early February, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to say it's the 4th and the 5th. So let's definitely look at that. If y'all in anywhere in the Northern California area, January 31st, I have my next comedy show at Stylers Social Club. And we have Jordan Rock, who's actually Chris Rock's younger brother. And then we have Shay Sugar out of the Bay Area, and Lance Woods is our host. These tickets have been selling out, and it's going to be an amazing show. So go to Stylers, STYLERS events.com. Tickets are super cheap, but it's going to be a great experience. And we got dinner and cocktails.
Yes, sir.
I want to make a pre-announcement without the details. And I didn't clear this with you.
Nah, you didn't clear this with HR, but hey, HR saying trying to be cool with it.
All right. So we are known to throw an event every February since we've gotten into this side of the industry. First, Sacramento was knew us for doing this, and then it spawned around California, and then we started getting people from. We didn't have Joe Flano out of the Midwest. We didn't have Heavy. We didn't have Habibi. We didn't have people Prince, Rick the Barber. We didn't have people from all over the nation come out to our events. Ivan Zoot, you know what I mean? I know I'm missing a whole lot more names to see our style of events. There's a lot of events that goes on. We just put a lot of culture into ours and a lot of care, and it's a lot of one-on-one touch happening at ours. But we pivoted because there's a barber battle just about every weekend now. So we had to ask ourselves, what can we give if we have that expectation to bring something and to add? What can we bring that adds value? We're always going to go to the barber battles, but maybe we can pivot a little. So we took things back. 2019, we threw something called the YouTube Showcase, rocked this whole side of this country with 360 Jeezy, Get Beam, Chris Bazio, and man, these students was on fire. They had education all day, and then after their brains was fried and excited, we went and partied with them for another 4 hours at the Hair Jam. Yes. And we are bringing that back March 29th. Federico Beauty Institute, man. I think we should probably wait 1 week before maybe the next show, we give them the whole lineup. But when I tell y'all.
We'll give them a sneak peek of the lineup later today. We'll give them a sneak peek.
Yeah, dude, this lineup is so crazy that the people in it, we admire them all so much. To us, they are superstars. They don't even know the other people that they're lined up with and how amazing it, man, we're going to have so much fun. People going to learn so much. Dope. Yeah, so just next week we'll give an official announcement, but that's March 29th. So what I'll say is save the damn dates.
Save the date.
Save the date. All right, man, I'm ready to have some fun with our guy. I'm ready to learn something more about him. You ready? You got me or you need me to got me? All right, y'all. So y'all know, man, as United Barbers Club, we've been blessed. We meet some of the dopest people in this industry. Man, God just does this to us, man. We get to get out here and admire them from afar, but then we get to bring them back to our platform and learn more about why they're so amazing. This guy right here, we've been admiring him online for a while. He's one of the most creative people in this industry. He's just frankly himself, man. He's just so himself. It's beautiful. But on top of that, man, he's a giver. We got the opportunity to interview him in Connecticut, and we thought we could understand who he was from a distance, but getting up close and feeling that warmth and just feeling that beauty that he brings to the industry, it's like an honor to bring him so y'all could feel him, man. So with no further delay, we bring it to the screen, the one and only Frank Da Barber. Hey.
What's up, y'all? How you doing, man? Good evening, good night, good morning to some, right?
Happy
How
New
you
Year.
guys doing today, man? And Happy New Year, number one. Happy New Year. It's great to see everybody. It's like the first thing I'm doing this year, and it's a great honor and privilege to be on this platform with you guys. Like I said, we met in Connecticut, and we chopped it up and had some great conversations there. And man, I love the movement. I love the movement.
Thank you so much, man. To be honest with you, we've met before that. I just think that's when we met. That's when we met.
When we actually chopped it up. We've been in the industry for a while.
In Vegas. We danced together in Vegas. Me, you, and EC's the barber.
In Vegas.
Hey, why are we talking about that, though? Hold on. I got a little
Frank
something.
dances, boy.
I got a little something for a reminder.
A little bit. A little something.
All right, that's
Frank,
enough.
Let's go.
Hey, you know what's funny? I didn't know he had.
Hey,
that,
you gotta live life. You gotta live life.
I didn't know he had that. But that's the clip. That's the night I'm talking about. That was when we was dancing with EC.
Yeah, that's the night.
That's fire, my dude.
I didn't know nobody had that one either.
Hey, that day I felt like I was like, I like this dude. He free. Like you just come and be free, dude. And that's what I've always witnessed, man. But we're gonna jump straight into it, man. We'd like to start off with our barber people with like, why barbering? Why barbering for Frank?
Well, years ago, through failure, I was an electrician. I was a hard worker. I think I'm still a hard worker today. But as far as like manual labor, I've always done that. I dropped off. I dropped out of ninth grade in high school, and I was forced to really go into manual labor. It was either go to school or work hard. That's what my dad said. So, long story short, lost a job. Picked up a clipper to cut my son's hair, which is now 20 years old now. And the story continued, man. I fell in love with people. You know, your average day-to-day work, you don't really get the good job. You're doing a good job. And if you're doing a good job, it's more push for you to work more hours or to work more consistently. But the really good job is not really genuine. And I felt like when I picked up a clipper and I did a service and somebody was like, man, I feel great. It was more of an emotion versus a great job. And I think I got addicted to that. I really got addicted to making people feel good, and it made me realize that I was a people person versus the person that wasn't really able to talk at one point or express himself.
How long was that? When did you get into it?
Man, I started this. I've been cutting now for 15 years, 16 years, something like that. 16 years cutting, educating, 11 years now. And man, it's been a great experience. Barbering has changed my life completely. The person that you see here today, 15 years ago, probably couldn't comprehend any of this, or would have seen the video and seen the guy dancing and be like, "That's a crazy guy." You know, it really, yeah. It opened my spirits up, man. It made me a different person. It allowed me to look at individuals differently because I had multiple individuals coming into that chair. You know, and I feel like that's like the biggest misconception nowadays. Everybody's focused on money versus the experience that you can really have with different individuals. Not everybody gets that opportunity daily.
That's real, man.
I'm glad you said that because I find that barbers is chasing that. Like when somebody touched the handle of the door to come in, they see dollar signs rather than seeing an opportunity to give this guy an amazing experience or lady amazing experience that they'll come back and invest in them. Pretty much come back and bring them their money, bring you their money. So many people is chasing the bag. What's your thoughts on that? Like, how do you feel? You feel that that's happening, or is it just me just tripping?
To be honest, I mean, there's a lot happening. I'm not the person to say it's wrong or it's right. I can only sit well with what I believe in. You know, I think everybody has their belief. I think the younger generation now has a different formula on what it is. I can't sit here. I can't stand here as the Statue of Liberty and say this is barbering and this is what it needs to be. You know, I feel like there's a lot of individuals that do that too. I try to leave the door open. I just don't like it disrespected, you know, or played with, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of individuals that before these individuals came put a lot of time and sacrifice to make it what it is now today, for it to decrease in anything. I see a lot of barbershops going through a lot of hard times. I see a lot of individuals on platforms that were once like $100 barbers now talking about we're going down in price. This is not the right way, or reneging on something they say. I think bargaining, and I've said this since day one, like my tattoos, and I don't bring up tattoos for not to influence anybody on doing tattoos, but I don't pay for any of them. My car wash, I don't pay for that. Sometimes where I eat, I don't pay for that either, but neither do they pay for their haircut. You know, there's individuals out there. Yeah, you know, like I get so much more that way, you know, and my tattoo artist, you know, if he watches this, he'll know, you know, I don't sit there and ask him for any of it. It's more of a sense, I cut him, I cut his two kids, I take care of him. And then he's like, hey man, whenever you want something, I was like, oh, I'll send you something. Let's do it, you know, versus I would have to work more. Like if you think about it, I would have to do more $25 haircuts or more $100 haircuts to achieve a big back piece versus I'm only doing a certain amount of haircuts for less. But because somebody loves their craft and they're going to exchange their time for what I do and their time for what they do, I get more. The guys that come up and pull up, they watch my car like I'm a VI, like I'm Jay Majors.
That's dope.
And you know,
That's
and
fire.
I look like, wow, this guy gets his car washed every 2 weeks, but you know, they don't have to pay for a haircut ever in their life.
Right.
That's the
Right.
old bartering system, though. That's
I
how
was just
America
about to
used to
say,
work.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the beginning
You know,
of time
I feel like you get way more
system.
that way.
Yeah,
I think
you
so.
use your barbering
You always
as
get more
currency.
value that way. It's if you ask somebody for anything, I don't really feel like that creates value. When you see a homeless guy on a corner and he's asking for something versus the guy that comes up to your windshield, starts washing it, that guy is like, wow, this
Right.
guy's really working, trying to get out of somewhere. Versus, hey, this is what I charge, this is what I'm worth, and I'm not doing anything else. I get that and I respect that. If you've developed that, you know, that takes years. You know, somebody's been
Yeah.
doing this for 20 years. If he's making 300, 100, whatever it is on the price on the haircut, I don't really have a price on the haircut.
Mm.
I've always said this, and I've never done it. Maybe, hopefully, I'll do it one day. But I feel like I can have a barbershop. I don't have to put a price. I can do services. Some people will pay 10. Some people will pay 50. That really depends on their stature of life. I feel like the barber is just a staple of the community. So wherever you're
Ooh.
planted at, you should be able to pay real close attention to what's going on in your area and understand, can people really afford this, or is this ridiculous at the time?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You kind of leading into what I wanted to ask you before this, but you kind of answered a piece of it. This is a broad question, Frank. Um, if somebody just said, "Who is Frank?" Like, how would you describe who you are, how you process? And let me give you a little context behind that. Like, you kind of gave some of it right there. You shared a lot. You're a giver. You're a community figure. You actually are a community participant. You're helping make your economy work in your community, my dude. You're using your barbering as your currency. I've heard a lot of stories. I've never heard that before. Not quite the way you just said it. You're freely with it. You're not like, all right, man. I'm docking. I'm marking. You know, you did two cuts and you did one tattoo. It just sounds like y'all are just flowing through life. You're helping each other through life with it. But who is Frank? And if you can describe yourself for people.
Oh man, I'm a free spirit, but that all came. I'm a barber. I'm a barber. I live by that. I'm actually a barber before that. I put a lot of stuff on the side. Not saying my kids, but I put everything on the side because of barbering, because it opened the door. It gave me a second chance at life. Uh,
Mm.
and being a barber is a communicator, is a well-spoken person. You know, I can take it. I can go hang out with my friends and talk profanity here and there, but you know, when it comes time to business and allowing myself to be seen, understanding that the barber is seen, human is seen. I just feel like I work on more being a better human than being a better barber. I would
Mm.
never say I'm the number one barber in the world. I cut the best hair in the world. That's too broad of a too many people in the world to be comparing yourself to, but I can definitely say I'm a great human being and I try to work on that daily. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I have my down points. I have my anger points, but I pay more closer attention to that because everything else that's good, I don't really have to work on. I think that'll work on it naturally. I think that if it's anger, if it's disappointment, or it's not where I want to go, I try to focus more on that and emphasizing time on that because I know that that's what needs to grow. So basically watering the plant that needs water.
That's good to hear you even speak on that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of people are so money driven that it's all about being financially stable and secure, where just being a good human, I know it because I live like this, and I feel like you are too. I love myself, I love people, and I love God, and because of that, I treat everybody the way I want to be treated. So it comes back to me 10 times full. I don't even ask
Mm.
for it, don't look for it. I get more in value than I expect in payment. Um, it just comes to me. So uh, I like that you spoke on that because I think people need to just see that just being a good person, not asking for nothing, but just being a good citizen and person, things just come your way genuinely.
Yeah, this dude right here, he
I've
I can
learned. I've
vouch
learned.
for
I've
him.
learned.
I done seen this happen to him, man. People want to do things for him because he gives.
I just, you know, like going where the industry is leading. I feel it's very comical in a sense, and I get it because social media is what moves this world now. Everything is social media, everything is creating content, and yeah, you have your content creators that are barbers, and then you have your barbers that are just content creators because they're recording their life, regular day life. I think it's just dividing that, figuring out what path the barber or the student or whatever the person is, whatever choice he wants to do. I don't think there's no right and wrong way. Like I said, I'm not the president of the barber committee. So, I feel like man, if somebody can do it in 6 months and they're making millions of dollars and that's what their goal and their aspiration was, then fine. But then there's others. And I feel like this is something that you see a lot in our industry, is the fact that somebody else will look at somebody else and think they're less successful, not knowing what success is to that person. Because having a Rolls Royce for you is a success or ultimate story. Just having clothes, just having shoes for certain individuals. I mean, I traveled out the country and seen individuals that take so much pride in a little 4x4 outside, and and that's their barber shop, and they take more pride than somebody in America that has over 1,000 square feet in their barbershop.
Mm.
So, in a sense, it's really what barbering and what it really showed me is just really the individual. It has nothing to do with cutting hair, because realistically, the most people that make the most money in this and has Fortune 500s are the people that we talk about in the barber industry, which are your Great Clips, your Floyds, your Supercuts. Those are the
Man,
people that you'll hear barbers talking about, or they'll go get a haircut, make a video. I'm going to go get a haircut at Great Clips. Look at what they did to me. But them people are making more money than you. So, I mean,
man.
if it comes down to money, then realistically, that $100 or that $200 barber, realistically, is just a lazy person. That's the way I look at it. I'm gonna be frank with you. Like, yeah, I would sit there and I'll do $100 haircut all day. Cool, no problem. Uh, but I'd rather do $25 haircuts all day and see about 15 to 20 people a day and create that experience, have that's called life. You see people, good morning, you get a donut, somebody brings you something, hey, what's up? They leave again. It's
Yeah.
it versus sitting there and saying, I'm buying back my time. But what are you doing with this time? Just
With
sitting
the
around doing
time.
absolutely nothing?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, if you're doing $100 haircut and you're doing content creating on the side and you're making thousands on TikTok and thousands on YouTube, well, then fine. Look at your Vic Blends. He's an amazing, amazing person, amazing story. A barber, started off out of school, went, cut hair, moved out of town, was ballsy enough to do that, created clientele. Then he started doing haircuts in the street. Now them haircuts in the street, people always ask me, they're like, "Oh, Vic Blends?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my guy." But if you really look at it, yeah, that's the guy that does free haircuts. But you don't hear him charging and saying he's doing $300-400 haircuts. And I'm pretty sure he's making about $10,000 off of each haircut because he's got 1 million subscribers on each platform. So when that free haircut post is up, and he makes 10,000 off that haircut, he doesn't have to talk about it. But yet he's creating an atmosphere or an audience for people to watch. So I feel like if you want to make money, that's fine. Go make money. Go cut a basketball player and go move in with him. He'll take you in. They probably have extra rooms and you can do that. But don't saturate the market where you're forcing all these individuals to try to make something out of something, man. I still on a day-to-day, and I feel like every other barber, if they're being honest with you, where everybody struggles. We all have our life challenges, but to sit there and make it look like you don't, and make it sit there like that's what you drive every day, or that's and your client's car, and doing what they would call the Bow Wow challenge, like they said back in the day. I feel like that's just kind of shiesty because you're creating a false illusion for all the younger individuals that are coming into this trade. You have a lot, like right now, I think barbering is one of the biggest studied right now because everybody wants to be a barber. But the question is does everybody want to be a barber, or is it an easy way to get recognized and be a content creator?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do they
the way I
really love
see it,
barbering? Are they really going to stay there and wake up
yeah,
at 6 in the morning and go cut somebody's hair? Are they going to pick up the phone at 11 o'clock and go cut somebody's hair? Now, I'm not saying that that's the ultimate barber, but we all know that availability is the best ability. So if
yes,
you're
sir.
able to be there for somebody, they'll be there for you at the end of the day.
Yes,
Man.
sir. I kind of feel like everybody, like you said, trying to be a content creator because it's a lottery ticket. If you hit it, you got it, man. You got the money, you got the fame, the stardom, and all that with it. But I know content creators. It's hard to keep up that hustle, man. That's a hustle.
Yeah, it
Outside of
is.
cutting hair, that's a hustle. You missing a lot
I
of
got
life
a
I
being a
want to
content
free,
creator.
I want to free up my time, but your time gets occupied and sucked in. You'll be
you get
living in the
something.
matrix.
Right. And what I learned is you're gonna work somehow. You're just choosing how you want to work. And a lot of people go that route because
Hmm.
they think it's the shortcut to not work. You're working. You're just changing how you work. Me and Tamela
Mhm.
edit video, and you sitting here all day. I see your content. I know you editing, so I know you get it. I want to ask you something, man. I like that you said I'm not the I'm not the gatekeeper, the rule maker, and all of that, but you you have a lot of insight, and I think it could be super valuable. And I like you're open minded. I'm kind of that same way. You're like, look, there's no right and wrong way. I kind of take that same approach. But you put out a post, and it sounded like a different Frank than what I'm used to seeing. And you said what barbers are doing wrong. But then when you jumped in it, you wasn't beating them down. You were just giving some game about sharing with their clients the cost of their tools and things like that, so they can understand what a barber does. Can you break down a couple of things that barbers are doing wrong from your kind of perspective that could help them, that could
Well,
help them improve?
first, well, first, I feel like if you're in any business, forget about barbering, any business, greeting your client is always going to be number one. That's whether
That's
they're your
true.
client or not. Letting you and you can do it. It remember you're just gonna you're gonna become a better human as you continue to practice. So whether you start being fake, and we've been fake in different situations, you've had to lie in different situations. If you have to, hey, how you doing, hey, what, and if you don't feel comfortable, everything in your life that you've never done before for the first time is always going to feel uncomfortable. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. But realistically, you're letting yourself be known. Hey, good morning, how are you? Hey, good morning, how are you? You heard your barber next to you, Tom. He called him Tim. Hey, Tim, good morning. You remember that. Like, I think, and not only because it's my shop, but every shop I've ever been in, and a lot of clients can vouch for this. A lot of barbers that I've worked next to can vouch for this. I've known my client's name and their client's name. Hey, how you doing? You here for Stephanie? Yeah, she'll be right in, Bob. No problem. I'll let her know. And that wasn't because I was the manager. That wasn't because I was the owner. That was because I took pride in being in my position. If I knew that I'm in the military and this is what I'm called to do and this is what my job is, I wanted to do that to the max. Not for the person next to me, but for me, to make me feel good so I can work on my character, so I can work on my speech. I knew that I had to speak to people. So I feel number one, greeting. Number two, allowing clients that if over exceed the value of the service, meaning that if you charge $30, you better be doing an $80 haircut. And if you're doing a $50 haircut, you better be doing $100 haircut. You always over exceed the value of the service. You always provide more. I mean, that's our job. If you provide more, you don't have to ask for more. They told me this years ago, and I'll repeat it, and you guys probably heard it before, but Lamborghini, Ferraris, they don't have commercials. Everybody knows their worth. Just
Right.
the colors, the way the car sounds, the way it pulls up, the way it demands presence. When that is in any job, not only barbering, not cosmetologist, being a doctor. If you want to step out of the zone, you want to be the doctor of doctors. Well, then you got to demand that presence. And that's just by being, working on yourself daily, and then allowing yourself to be seen. I can do a haircut, I can put a steamer on somebody, and I guarantee you somebody in the shop's gonna be like, why don't you do that to me?
Mm-hmm.
And then when they say, oh, well, that's just full service. Oh, well, can I book that on the next one? I just made my man some money. Oh, and because when you have Ferrari, you have a Lamborghini, usually people that you're around end up having Ferraris and Lamborghinis. That's just the way that works. If you have a Honda, you hang out with Honda guys. If you have I drive a Subaru, so we have Subaru meets, so I hang out with Subaru guys. That's just what happens. You want to go, you want to step into different stuff, you step into that. Third, letting your clients know, and I feel like this is a big one, is if you're gonna go up in price, it's not that you have to let them know why. They should already know why, because your why should be in your experience that you're providing. But letting them understand that if you do a video, make it tasteful. And what I mean by make it tasteful is that there's more than barbers watching. The world is watching. And when the world is watching, you're representing us, all of us, barbers. So when you speak and you speak for barbers on behalf of barbers, when not having a crown, not having anything, then you make us look bad, because that's what you'll see on World Star, you'll see on other things, and you'll see the barber industry making fun of, or he's not letting his hair grow, or the guy that got posted up today, or look what my barber did. It's always negative. I've said this for years. Doctors, they have the same problems that barbers do. Lawyers, they have the same problems that barbers do. Any industry that you're ever going to go in has the same issues. The problem here is that the barber is not really trained. We come from sometimes a different background, and then when we're confronted with different stuff, we treat it like the background versus where we are at presently. So when we go to confront them issues, or we go to do anything, we react too quick and we don't realize who's watching. And that puts down our industry bad, versus saying, hey, this razor used to be 50 cents. Now it's this. These clippers that I have, they used to be back in the day with a wire, $60. Now they're 200 and something dollars. You know, you're putting more emphasis on what you're buying and what you're doing. It's the same way when you buy new rims on a car, you're like, hey, my guy, look, check out this. Yo, man, them look expensive. Yeah, I'll pay $5,000 for the wheels. What? 5,000? What? You're it's not being boastful, but it's being not, I don't want to say prideful, but yes, in a sense, prideful on what you've invested into. What is it to go to these shows, buy all these clippers, and then when you go back, you're not even talking to your client?
Damn.
I come back and I'm like, hey, man, I just got these shears. They cost, when I tell clients that shears cost $800 to $900, they go like, I've never heard that before.
Right.
And these guys are 38, 40 years old.
And you
What
using
do you mean you don't know how much a shear
$900
costs?
shears on my head, and they like, oh, they feel a certain way too. They feel it's a sense of value too. They feel like, whoa, you're investing in that to do this to me.
It valid, and that's where you come in and go, yeah, that's why these guys are charging so much. If you're gonna take a hit, that's where you go. That's why these guys are charging so much, because now you're not acting, you're just putting it out there. He goes, oh, that's why the guy. Then your client's talking to you. That's why the guys are charging $7,500. Yeah, man. Like realistically, and I've done this before. Realistically, I'm like, yeah, this costs this, that costs. Damn, Frank. So to be a barber nowadays, you got to spend out about $3,000-4,000 to even start. When you used to be able to just go with $60, $70, $80, maybe $100. That's with a shear and everything, and you were up and going with some Clubman gel. It's not like that no more. It's not. But where we hit them is that we'll talk garbage, and we'll say, oh, the client can afford Jordans and he can afford Louis V, but he can't afford a haircut. Listen, somebody's personal stuff is their personal stuff. What they do with their money is what they do with their money. I can't tag into that. Now you could say that more tastefully. You can say, hey, when you go out to drink and you have that shot and you have another drink and you have another drink, you go to the bathroom and that comes right out, because the excuse is that the haircut's not going to last them forever. So why are they going to pay so much? Well, the liquor's not either. Neither is the food. Your body is going to go to the bathroom whether you put McDonald's in it or you ate steak for $100 or whether you ate $5 McDonald's. It's going to do the same thing. Versus here. And again, and I feel like these are conversations that I never had to have, Because if somebody walked into the shop tomorrow and told me all I have is $20, all I have is 15, I'm going to tell them, well, my next one's in 20 minutes. Have a seat. Because he'll never know what I can do for him if he doesn't sit in the chair. And it has nothing to do with barbering. It's the barber within. It's the conversation that I'm about to have. It's what I'm going to find out what he does. He's going to find out what I do. He's going to get a great haircut. And that whole experience together is going to sell. Mind you, he'll probably give me $30 and I'll leave him at $30, understanding that I know where his circumstance is. But guess what, my guy? If you're a great barber, you can take that guy, keep him for a whole year or two, and I guarantee you he's done something with his life, because as we all move forward, people grow. That guy can end up being a millionaire in 2 years. And then what is he paying you? Way more than what you ever asked for, and you ain't even asking for it, and he's just giving it to you because he knows you were there when in the grime in the beginning. You gave him the $30 haircut. I don't feel like barbers are willing and understanding that the fact is to grow with the client. It's like kid cuts. Like kid cuts are what, 30, 25, whatever they're at. But I don't want to cut kids. Man, you could bring 40 kids to the shop. I'd rather cut kids all day. They're the future. They're the ones that are going to continue to get a haircut. We all know the guy goes from 16 to about 21, 22, even maybe even late 20s. They'll be haircut every week. But around the 24, 25, when they lock down with their girl and they got that first real girlfriend, they stop getting haircuts. They don't got to look good for nobody no more. They're not going out no more. Yep. So now that guy became every 2 weeks. Then that guy comes every month. Then that guy comes every 3 months. Versus the kid that's in high school got to look good every week. But we avoid them because they're harder. If you listen, I'll take a kid. If it's hard or not, when I cut an adult, I'm going to swim right through it.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because you know the cliche saying is you got to know your worth. For one, I want to know, how do you think you or anybody can value their worth? Where do you start with finding your worth?
Well, I feel, and this is just me. Every individual, I think, is going to be unique in his own ways because they were raised differently and they have different beliefs and the way the intake that, you know, I can never speak for somebody else because I've never been in their shoes or in their circumstances. Neither have they in mine. So I'm only going to speak by my experience, right? In a sense, your value, you know your value. If you open up oil shaver and it's got gunk in it and you're looking at your machines before you put it on somebody's head, if you just thought like a client, you sat in your shop and you thought like a client and you were just observing for one time, just observe, and you're going to be like, whoa, hold on. There's no wonder I'm not making that kind of money. Man. Just that alone cleans up a lot. Just that alone, just being observant of what you're doing. It sounds exaggerating, but if you want to be that $100 barber, you want me to help you get there? Well, guess what? You better start spraying these clippers in front of every client. It's going to take about 5-10 minutes. You could let them sit for 10-15 minutes. Hey, I can't take you because them got to sanitize 10-15 minutes. And guess what? That'll make you unique and separated from every other individual. Would it take longer to build the clientele? Possibly. Would you possibly be making a lot more money? Possibly, because people are you're going to give somebody something to value yourself. The thing is to separate yourself from other barbers. And the only way to separate yourself from other barbers is that right there. That separates it, that fingerprint. That's it. Your looks, we can have the same tattoo. I can put the same hat as you, but that fingerprint, you working on that and making that better as a person, giving yourself. Why does people go watch Kevin Hart? Why do people watch Cat Williams? They're entertaining. Barbering is all that and more. You know, it's not just cutting hair. And again, mind you, for certain individuals, it is. I've met deaf people that really can't speak, but they still put out some kind of energy and make this person feel, when this deaf person that can't speak has a clientele bigger than a lot of barbers that do speak, there's where you see that sometimes it's not even speaking. So I speak to the students and maybe even sometimes the females that it's a little bit harder for them to relate and talk. You don't have to be an awesome talker. You just got to take care of these people. Give them something else to choose from. Yeah, you know, the menu, when you go eat, they offer you steak, fish. It makes a variety of menus. So meaning education is going to be key there. If you're learning balayages, if you're learning sectioning and scissor cuts, and you're learning display technique, and you're learning these certificates up, they got to mean something to you now. Now you go to these, you see a lot of people that take classes, they take these certificates, and then it goes under their bed. You put that right on their station. That's going to create value. People are going to look at this. What is that? Oh, these are the classes that I took. I've taken shear class. I've taken this class. I've taken, wow, man, and you only charge 40? There start creating the value within yourself. Because again, if I pulled up with the Ferrari and I tell you that had a V8, V12 engine, damn, I never seen a V12. Yeah, V12, da, da, da. Just by me telling you the specs, there's value already. So it's just making you, it's living that. It's not about creating the image. Everybody thinks that I got to create this character and this avatar. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. No, it's creating that image, but within. So this way you can give more than just the haircut.
I like
I
that,
think
man.
a lot of
And
barbers live. I'm sorry, Lon. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go
I
ahead.
think more barbers live more online than they do actually in their shops. I think that they want to have that content creation, that fanism, all that stuff that's online, instead of really pumping in the people that are going to be coming and getting service from them. I see a lot of barbers that would do hashtags. Say they're in Sacramento, they're hashtagging New York barber, LA barber. Ain't nobody coming from there to come and get a haircut from you. You need to post or tag the
Mm-hmm.
regions in your area, because those are the ones that you're going to really build a clientele base, and that's going to be putting money in your pockets. Yeah, you can still content create on the side, but focus more on being in the shop and getting that money, real money, until that comes. That'll
Well,
be
go back to what
okay.
Frank was saying about being a
And
community barber. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like being involved with your community. And then it also reminded me of something else Frank said earlier, um, which is why he was disappointed that the influencers are misguiding the followers, because they're following you because we all, one of the key rules for success is find a model. You find a model of people that are doing what you want to do. So where do you find these models at? You may get lucky and find a local barber that you can go and mentor with, but a lot of times social media is going to give you that instant gratification, and then you get there and you're like, damn, I didn't know all this came with barbering, and you get the misconception. So I wanted to say that the presentation, I love that you touched on that. I'm real big on that with my team. I've like had barbers who top producing barbers, but then I go by your station and I'm like, oh, like I'm scared to look in the drawer, and I'm like, come here, man. Like, think about this: when the client is sitting down and you're spinning them around, they're not just here looking at the mirror at their hair. Every time you open that drawer, I watch clients. They'll literally like look like this. They want to see how you're maintaining things, man. So I just thought you dropped a lot of game on that. That's super valuable. I know we're getting close to the end of the time, but I got something I'm real curious about myself, man. And it's switching gears a little bit. Your social media to me, man, is captivating. Like, let me tell you exactly what I mean. Your coloring. Sometimes you'll just have some smoke that's colored and just come out in the screen. Your lighting, you seem to tell a story in your content. You know what I mean? I love your Christmas stuff, man. Like, you had hella fun with the Grinch, and I'm like, this dude's content,
yeah,
it's different. You tell stories. So I was just curious, like, how did you learn to do this level in this lane of content, man? I'm just very curious about that.
to be honest, man, it's just pushing yourself. I wasn't that individual. I was a person that my mother and father, they're from New York, so I was the person that grew up where, what are you looking at? Why are you looking at me? And it was always confrontation. I looked at certain individuals as stereotypes. This person's like this person's like that. And again, just barbering and allowing certain different individuals and cutting their hair and actually getting to meet people and exchange that energy, change that. As far as going out and doing stuff, I feel it came to a point in my life where I'm gonna touch back, but I'm gonna go back on something you said earlier, and it's them students, stylists, barbers that want to create this content and stuff like that and do and blow up. I will tell you one thing: it's very exhausting, very exhausting. It's easy. It's if you think life is hard now where you're at, and again, I'm not telling anybody to hurt them. I'm not trying to make them feel any type of way. But if you think your life is hard where it's at, and I think everybody's life is pretty hard right now, right? If you think it's hard now, imagine that in a microscope, meaning you got to be very careful on what you say. You got to be careful on what you do. You got to be careful on where you move. At the same time, if you're not ready for that, you can blow everything. If you are prepared for that, and I'll even get you there, where I would say you are prepared for that is when you've gone through a lot of trial and tribulation. It's been a little difficult here. You've overcome that. You overcame a little bit of adversity. And now when stuff is presented to you, you're able to present yourself as that person versus the person of the past. Because what happens is that people will get there too fast, blow it, and then to get that second opportunity, it's really hard and difficult. Right? Now, what I will encourage people, now going back on what you were saying, what I will encourage people is that you're never going to learn something new if you don't try it. So to be a little silly and to be a little goofy and to see yourself go, and I do it all the time. I'll look at my phone and I'll sit there and I'll be like, man, this is corny. I don't like it. But you know what? I'll sit there and go, I'm going to do it. Yeah. What's going to happen? You know, and you know what? Some people, one thing I tried, and, you know, to get back on that too, is one thing I would do is, and this is stuff that I practiced when I first started with Babyliss years ago, because I knew I had to be a better speaker. I would try to be somebody different every day. And what I mean by that is that I would be Bob going into Walmart, meaning when you think Bob, what do you think of? Hi, how are you? Right? So I knew that being Frank for so long got this kind of energy and this response. When I looked at somebody and I walked in, I'd seen the way people looked at me. And then I would look at them and then I see the way they looked at me. And I was like, wow, I'm getting something. I said, I'm going to be Bob today. And I really, on everything, I would be Bob. I would go in and I would see, hi, how are you? Good morning. Hi. And I would get right away, oh, hey, how are you? Good morning. And I was like, oh, shit, it works. It works. And I'd go over here and I'd say, hey, how you doing, sir? Good morning. Oh, hi, how are you? Some people will look at it even now to today. And if you've never done this, try it. You'll realize that a lot of the stuff that happens in our life and a lot of the issues is because of the way we're carrying ourselves with low frequencies and we're not really giving. Now, mind you, you can't be the person that's giving and just doing it in order to receive. Now, that's where content creating is coming, right? Because when you're a content creator, you give and then you want to receive. And that's where I feel like the program has become for these barbers and the stylists in this industry. That's why a lot of them fail. That's why a lot of them quit. I've been doing this now for 14, 15 years. I have 8 children that I've been able to supply for. And realistically, whether I have a Corvette, a Lamborghini, or whatever else comes later on in my life, I've done really well in providing for 8 children, in being able to wake up and be like, hey, you know, I'm kind of happy. This is kind of cool. I do really what I want to do, you know, and not in a sense of that doesn't mean I don't want to work. See, that's where they get it misconfused. And I feel like also a lot of leaders in the industry don't really explain it. They're like, oh, I love barbering. I get freedom. I get to do whatever I do. And then it's misconcepted in the fact of now it's like I could do whatever I want to do. I make my own schedule. No, hell no.
Yep.
Hell no.
Yep.
I'm right now in a garage. I just finished cutting 3 kids. Look,
That's fire. That's
this ain't my house. That's not my house. I'm doing a live at my client's house.
That's dope.
Hey,
That's
that's what I do. I'm on
dope.
call. You know, like this is, and guess what? This is the same person you see for the last 10 years on stages, educating. And I'm at, obviously, with clippers and everything else, cutting hair. Because this is what drives me. This is like playing basketball. If my boy called me to play Call of Duty, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah. But if somebody called me right now and was like, hey, you need a cut, I'm out. And again, not because somebody's doing this, and not because this is more money. It's in the sense of this person needs a haircut. He's got a birthday. His kids need a haircut. He's not going to be able to make it to the shop. My job as an individual is to do that. Now then again, you don't have to. You have traveling nurses, and them do that. You have the nurses that work overnight. You have the nurses that work in the morning. You just got to figure out where you want to go. And for the leaders that this industry, find out where you're at, work on that, and then give out the information that you want to give out to the younger generation. Understanding that when you give out this information, you have to be very cautious on how you say it, because if you're saying it to 100 people, out of them 100 people, if one gets it, it's a lot. Because them 100 people are going to hear 100 different things with one thing said.
Dude, that is every time we get around you, like I said, I felt like I knew you. When we danced in Vegas, I was like, man, this cat wild. I like him, man. He fun. and we was acting a fool that night. We had so much fun, man. And you had your raccoon tail. Hanging out. And I was asking you about it. And we laughed, kicked it with the homegirl ECs, had fun with her. Love ECs, man. And then we see you
that's my
again
homie.
at CT. Come on, right? That's the sis. And then we see you again at CT. Bless J Majors. They put our podcast right next to the stage. And now we get to talk to you. And that was an emotional talk. You may not remember that, man, but it was emotional. And
no, I do.
You let us in a way where we were like, okay, now we had the party. First, you got the guy you see on social media. Then you got the guy you see on stage. Then you got the guy you dancing with the raccoon tail, and we having fun, and we spilling drinks on each other's shoes. And then we at CT Expo, and we talking to the man and the human in him. And that was, when we walked away, I remember me and T being like, man, I like this dude. Like, we kept saying it. We was like, man, don't you like Frank? Like, we want to get to know him more. And here we go now. We get on the podcast. And dude, it's just another depth, another dimension of you, man. And I just thank you personally for just sharing yourself, being so transparent with the industry. You got people in here that's saying, can we get them for one more hour? Because you so refreshing. You're refreshing, man. You're important to our community and our industry, my dude.
It's your spirit, friend. People
I
feel
appreciate
it.
you guys.
People can feel genuine. People said it all day. You're just genuine. And when you're like that, bro, that energy is captivating. It's people get consumed by it. When we met you that day and we did that interview, when you walked away, I was like, man, I love Frank.
Yeah, we kept saying it.
I love you guys too. I love you guys too, man.
Before we get off though, I do want to you roll with our brothers, man. Salute the Barber, bro. For you guys to come together the way you, I mean, I haven't seen you in nothing but Salute the Barber. What is the story behind that?
I don't have to buy clothes no more. It's a bargaining system. I don't have to buy no clothes. They send me so much clothes. Why am I gonna wear anything else? And it's saluting the other. It doesn't even salute me. It doesn't say salute Frank. It's a salute the Barber. So why not?
And it's all clean. All their stuff always look dope. The quality is dope. And you ain't the only one. The original Barber doll, D Best, they all tell us the same thing. They be like, man, this is my favorite jacket. This is my favorite hat, So they're my guys, though. They're my Tennessee brothers.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, them guys are cool, man. And I've always been big on that. And I'll leave the new generation, if they hear this. It's not about somebody going and you liking somebody's brand and then liking somebody's brand and then wanting to be a part of it just to eat off of it. You don't eat off of nobody else's brand. So one thing I've always done in this industry, and I see that a lot of people take advantage of that, is in the sense of somebody might have a little bit more money and they had a little bit more time and they believed in their dreams just a little bit more than you to put something on a hat or to build something like a podcast. And then you want to come and just take everything from them because you think you're somebody. To be honest with you, if you like something, if you want something, if you need something, you believe in it and you purchase and you buy into the brand. It's like investing into stocks. If you want to be with a clipper company, you gotta like that clipper company. This is the clipper I want to be with. I love this thing. That when you go and you don't have to ever ask somebody, how do I get on stage? No, you don't have to. Once you talk to one of the leaders and you know everything about this clipper, they're gonna be like, damn, this guy knows a lot more than our educator. And you'll be right where you need to be at. It's not, it's you. When I started wearing Salute the Barber, they gave me a hat, bro, and I wore it, I swear, for like a year and a half. I just loved the hat. And they see me and say, you still got the hat? And I said, yeah, bro, my favorite hat. I wear this to the gym. I wear this every day. And it was like, man, we got to give you some more. And they gave me some more. And bro, listen, I get it. I've been doing this for a long time. A lot of people know me. But one thing about me is that I don't take nothing for granted. If somebody gives me something, and again, I don't get gifts. I don't really get that many gifts. I think God gives me a gift every day of waking up, and I'm okay with that. But when they gave me a gift and they gave me stuff, and they was like, give me your address, and they send me shirts, it was like, wow, somebody believes in me. Now, mind you, this was maybe 4 years ago. I've been in the industry for a while. It's not that nobody's believed in me. It's that remember, don't forget, we're human beings. And I feel like the industry has to always realize that too, that the person that you're looking up to as a leader or something, he's a human being. That not only is it wow, I want to be like him. It's wow, I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if he's going through something too.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I mean? Because people forget, and that's why I'm talking about the social media stuff. Once you go social media and you're broad on that, everybody's always going to be asking, hey, what about this? What about that? But nobody is going to ever ask you, hey, did you eat today? How are you doing? Are you sick? Are you feeling okay? That ends. So it's just with every good, with every negative, there's a positive. With every positive, there's a negative. You just got to figure out the balance in between both.
Yeah. Hey, can I be Frank?
Hey, you could be with whoever you want to be.
No, I need you to bring back Can I Be Frank? I love that, bro. Yes. I love the insights, the stories, the motivation. You feel like, okay, I got to go implement this or start changing the way I think. I love that, bro.
Hey, I appreciate that. I'm working on some more of that. That takes a little bit more time. It's cool. It's not that it's crazy. It's that's the most structured thing I do. I don't really anything in my life. It's just like I'm a freestyle artist. Like I'll go with the flow. When it comes to the Frank Talks, I do that like I do a curriculum. I do intro, body, conclusion. I find out a topic and then I figure out stuff that I've gone through so I can talk to personal experiences and like that. And then I figure out a conclusion. So I feel like that's why they're that impactful. And I like to share that because just in case somebody's thinking about doing something, having intro, body, conclusion, it helps out in anything, in curriculums and giving classes. You have an intro, you have a body, you're in type of threes, you'll never get lost. You always know where you're at all.
That's fire, man. Hey, we appreciate.
But I thank you. I appreciate you guys liking that, man. I
love it.
I'm here. That's what I'm here for. And I'm happy you guys created a platform that I can do that.
Amen,
I think somebody in the comments even asked about it earlier, man. Hey, before we get out of here, can you tell the world, tell our community anything that you have coming up that people should look out for? Or just that you're excited about in life, even if it's not an event or something like that, just something Frank.
I'm looking forward to. I just heard Salute the Barber is going to be doing some stuff with Barber Mania, and they said they wanted me to be a judge on there, and I've been a big fan of that. It's something that started small, but I can see it on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but I can see it on Netflix or something like that, like an Ink Master. I see that going into it. I think GMB and the guys over there doing an awesome job with it. And if I can help out and doing anything, I'm always happy to be a part of stuff. I got the event with you guys that we're locking that in, and I can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. You guys told me a little bit about it, and I don't want to mention no names that are gonna be there, but Hey, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait because the linking up with you guys are just great energy and being around people that are like-minded. I love that. I got Stylecraft. I'm working with them now. Up for the last month, we just signed contract. I just signed contract again with Level 3 for another year.
Hey.
So we're gonna be doing have been doing some videos and stuff like that on TikTok and different commercial wise. Some and honestly, your guys' careers, man. Anybody watching, I feel like that's, we all vessels here in life, and I feel like if I'm able to open up a door for somebody, or I'm able to show where the door's at, I might not be able to open it, but I can be like, hey, that's the door to knock on. I feel like I take really great pride in doing that. So as we meet, as this year comes in and I start going to shows and I start meeting new individuals, just understand that when you do see me, approach me, I'm very approachable. Don't judge because of a past experience. You might have seen a leader in the industry, and I don't want to say anything bad, but he might not have been, or she might not have been at the time present with you because of certain stuff that they might have been going on. And I don't want to make excuses for nobody, but that is not your boy. When I go to any kind of event, I know what I'm there for. Don't matter what's going on in my life, I'm going to be there present. And if you're in front of me, I'm going to help you out as much as I can. So I look forward to that. I look forward to meeting new individuals that are in this industry, new individuals that are looking to grow, whether it's on social media, whether it's being a content creator or being the average barber that cuts every day. Understanding that barber that's not on Instagram is probably making a really lot of money because he's been very faithful to his clients. He didn't have to leave.
Man.
So don't forget that. Don't slack on the guys. There's different type of people here. There's OGs at the shop that nobody knows their name. They don't have a Facebook. They don't have an Instagram. If they have a Facebook, it's one picture, but they do their thing. So shout out to them guys as well.
Yes.
And thank you for blessing everybody with so much insight and game, man. We're glad that we're growing this relationship. We're gonna have some fun with you out here. You don't even know how much damn fun we're about to have. You don't even know. We're about to have so much fun, man. But
you're gonna make sure you got a nice sized dance floor too, so you can get your bookie.
Yes, bring the raccoon tail.
Hey, I'm a down. Oh, it's coming. It comes with me everywhere. It comes with me everywhere.
Hey, Frank, a real serious note, man. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for your time, my dude. We didn't even ask you what state you in. What city and state are you in?
Florida.
I thought so.
I'm in Orlando.
So for you to be on with us at this time, man, at a client's house, seriously, man, thank you for your time. You mentioned that earlier. We roll the same way. We actually value your time and appreciate it, man. So just thank you so much. And this is a bookmark for many more connections to come, man. Much success to you. Happy New Year.
For sure. Thank you. Happy New Year. Love you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Love you. You guys can catch us every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is the For the Culture Podcast. We'll see you guys on the other side.
For the culture, for the culture, for the culture, 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 for the culture.